Have you ever wondered why some people remain perfectly calm while others explode over the smallest inconvenience? Imagine walking through a storm of insults and chaos without a single drop of irritation touching your soul. It is not a superpower, it is a practiced mental shift that anyone can master. Most people are prisoners to their environment, reacting like puppets to every pull of a string. But what if you could cut those strings forever? Today, we are diving deep into the art of becoming unshakable in any situation. Welcome to a journey toward total emotional freedom and lasting inner peace. In this video, you will discover the exact psychological frameworks used by Stoics and masters of mindfulness to stay cool under pressure. We will explore how to stop being a victim of other people's moods and start being the captain of your own. By the end of this session, your perspective on conflict will be completely transformed. Get ready to learn the tools that will make you immune to the negativity of the world around you. The first realization you must embrace is that anger is always a choice, even when it feels like an automatic reflex. We often blame others for making us angry, but the truth is that no one can force a feeling into your heart without your permission. You are the sole owner of your internal state, and external events are merely suggestions for how you should feel. When you realize that you are the one holding the remote control, the game changes entirely. Stop handing your power to people who don't even deserve your attention. Between every stimulus and your response, there is a tiny golden gap of time where you have the power to choose. Most people bypass this gap entirely, rushing straight from being offended to reacting with heat. If you can learn to expand this gap by even a few seconds, you gain the clarity to see the situation for what it really is. Take a breath and realize that your reaction is the only thing you truly control in this life. That small pause is where your freedom and your growth reside. Understand that when someone is rude or annoying, they are not actually talking about you, they are revealing themselves. Their anger is a reflection of their own internal struggle, their own bad day, or their own unresolved trauma. You are simply a convenient mirror for their projection at that specific moment in time. Once you see their outbursts as a cry for help or a sign of weakness, it becomes impossible to take it personally. Why would you get angry at someone who is clearly suffering inside? Empathy is your greatest shield against the arrows of annoyance and the fire of rage. When you view an annoying person with curiosity rather than judgment, the emotional sting instantly disappears. Try to imagine the series of events that led them to behave so poorly toward a stranger. Perhaps they are fighting a battle you know nothing about, or they were never taught how to handle their emotions properly. This shift from "how dare they" to "I wonder what they're going through" changes everything instantly. Consider the ancient parable of the empty boat. If you are rowing and an empty boat hits yours, you won't be angry. You simply steer around it because there is no one there to blame for the collision. However, if there was a person in that boat, you might scream and shout in a fit of useless rage. The secret is to treat every annoying person like an empty boat floating aimlessly down the river. They are just objects in motion, governed by their own winds, and they have nothing to do with your worth. We often get angry because we have a deep-seated need to control things that are completely outside of our influence. You cannot control the traffic, the weather, or the rude comments of a coworker, so why waste your energy trying? Surrender the need for the world to behave according to your specific set of expectations and rules. When you stop demanding that the world be perfect, you stop being disappointed when it isn't. Acceptance is not weakness. It is the ultimate form of strategic energy conservation. Your inner peace must become your highest priority, more valuable than being right or getting the last word. Ask yourself, is winning this argument worth the cost of my mental clarity for the next 3 hours? Most conflicts are ego-driven power struggles that leave both parties feeling drained and miserable afterward. By choosing peace, you are choosing your own well-being over a temporary and hollow victory for your ego. Guard your peace like it is the most precious treasure you own, because it truly is. When you feel the heat of anger rising in your chest, use the physical anchor of deep, conscious breathing. Oxygenating your blood signals to your nervous system that you are safe and there is no real threat. Count to 4 as you inhale, hold for 4, and exhale for 8 to trigger your body's natural relaxation response. This simple biological hack can stop an emotional hijacking before it even starts. Your body is the vessel of your mind. Calm the vessel, and the mind will surely follow suit.
Reframing is the practice of changing the narrative you tell yourself about a frustrating event. Instead of seeing a traffic jam as a personal delay, see it as an extra 15 minutes to enjoy your favorite podcast. Instead of seeing a difficult boss as a burden, see them as a weight training session for your patience and character. Every challenge is an opportunity to practice the very skills you are trying to develop. The situation hasn't changed, but your experience of it has been completely transformed by your mind.
Consider the heavy cost of anger on your physical health, including high blood pressure and increased stress hormones like cortisol. Being angry is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die from the effects. You are the one suffering the physiological consequences, while the other person likely goes about their day completely unaware. Why would you punish yourself for the mistakes or the ignorance of someone else? Protecting your heart from anger is quite literally a form of life-saving self-care that you deserve. Silence is one of the most powerful responses to any provocation or insult you might encounter. It shows that you are so grounded in your own reality that you don't need to defend yourself against nonsense. When you refuse to engage in a fight, the other person has nowhere to go with their negative energy. Your calm silence acts as a void that swallows their anger and leaves them standing alone with their own toxicity. There is immense dignity in choosing not to participate in a low-level conflict. Setting boundaries is not about being angry. It is about being clear and respectful of your own limits. You can tell someone their behavior is unacceptable without raising your voice or losing your cool. True strength is found in the ability to be firm and assertive while maintaining a completely calm demeanor. When you speak from a place of peace, your words carry much more weight and authority than when they are shouted. Boundaries are the fences that keep your inner garden safe from the trampling of others. Practice mindfulness daily so that your calm muscle is strong enough to handle the big storms when they arrive. You wouldn't run a marathon without training, and you shouldn't expect to stay calm in a crisis without mental practice. Spend a few minutes each morning sitting in silence, simply observing your thoughts without judging or reacting to them. This training allows you to become an observer of your emotions rather than being consumed by them. Consistency is the key to building an unshakable foundation of peace in your life. The long-term benefit of being unshakable is a level of freedom that most people will never experience. You become the master of your own happiness, no longer dependent on the behavior of others to feel good. People will notice your composure and will begin to treat you with a different level of respect and awe. You become a beacon of light for others who are struggling with their own tempers and reactions. This is the ultimate version of yourself, poised, powerful, and permanently at peace with the world. You now possess the perspective needed to transform your emotional life and reclaim your inner world. Remember that every day provides new opportunities to practice this mastery and refine your calm. Carry this sense of peace with you as you move through the world, knowing you are in control. Your journey toward an unshakable life has already begun with the decision to watch this today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on mastering your mind and living your best life.